Oh god, it's been so long since I've done this, I forgot how to make videos. I am aware that it has been about 9 months since my last upload. Hey man, life happens sometimes. The past 9 months, I think, have been a very pivotal time in my life. I've gone through quite a few changes just in the last couple months. One of those things is something I have been looking forward to for pretty much the last 5 years. I used to be one that liked to joke about how I was going to be in college for a very long time, that I was nowhere close to graduating. Well, the good news is I no longer have to make those jokes because guess who finally graduated college? Yeah, I finally graduated college. About frickin' time, honestly. I was in college for 5 years. I know it doesn't sound like very much compared to some people. Some people are in college between like 6 and 8 years easily, depending on what degree they're getting, or if they're a double major. Oh my goodness. It's very weird to me because even though it's been 5 years, it doesn't feel like it. And I know that's how a lot of people feel when they finish college, but I think what's weird about it is that it doesn't really feel weird yet. I don't think it has fully hit me yet that I'm done with school. I know quite a few people have said that it didn't feel weird for them until the next school year started, and everybody else on social media who was still in school was like, alright, going to my first class this morning, and like inside you're thinking, oh crap, I gotta get to class, and then you're like, oh, I don't have to. What also is kind of strange feeling is that I don't feel any different as a person. Growing up, I always saw myself getting out of college being this super smart person who was, I almost saw myself as like a superhero, I think, from when I finished college, but the thing is I definitely don't see myself that way now. I feel pretty much the same. I don't feel like I'm a genius or anything. I just feel like I don't understand kids who get out of college and they suddenly feel like they know everything. I don't understand that because I do not feel that way whatsoever. I feel just as dumb as I did going into college. I don't know if that's true necessarily. I learned a lot in college, but I don't know. I feel like I'm still the same person for the most part. I'm older, I'm grown, but I don't feel like I've changed that much. Definitely not evolved into a superhuman, that's for sure. The ceremony itself felt very strange, mostly because it just didn't feel like anything major was happening to me. I felt like I was in a major haze that day, and I might have just been because I was very tired because my friends and I had stayed up playing video games till 4 a.m. the night before. We were celebrating being done with school. Hey man, don't judge me. I had to honestly force my mind to be like, yo, hey, this is kind of a big deal that's happening right now. You're finishing school. Today's your last day as a college student. I'm pretty sure part of the reason why I didn't really process anything that day was because I wasn't even 100% sure I was for sure graduating. And that's a really weird thing to say because it's like, well, of course, you have your cap and your gown, you're walking across the stage, of course you're graduating. No. Our school, what we do is you go through the graduation ceremony, but your final grades are not posted until 2 days after your ceremony. And that really terrified me. Because while I was pretty sure, I was very certain that yes, of course my grades were I was gonna pass all my classes, my grades were fine, of course I was doing fine all my classes, there was no way that I was going to not graduate. But on the off chance that your teacher decided they wanted to be a jerk, not that any of my teachers would do this, all my teachers were pretty nice people my last semester, but if one of your professors just suddenly decided they wanted to be a complete jerk to you, because they suddenly hated you, and they decided they wanted to give you an F on your final exam, which was worth half your grade or something, maybe, I don't know. All of a sudden, you failed the class. You can no longer pass, and therefore you can no longer graduate. And I know that that sounds like a ridiculous fear, and it was not feasible, really. Because what professor would do that, honestly? What university professor would do that? But it was a genuine fear of mine because I was not certain. I had not seen my final grades posted because once your final grades are posted, that's it. Your final grades are your final grades. It wasn't until I finally saw my grades online that I knew for sure, okay, I'm definitely getting my degree. I never have to take another class for this bachelor's degree ever again. But now that I have the official copy of my degree in my possession, I feel better, you know? It still hasn't fully processed that is what that is, that is my bachelor's degree. I am very happy that I graduated. I'm very thankful to all of my professors who taught me so many things. I do know that I probably am smarter by now. I learned a lot in college that I never knew anything about when I was in high school or even when I was younger. While I am very relieved that that specific stress is over, it was a very special time in my life where I grew a lot as a person. I learned a ton, and I think I became better at certain things that I already kind of knew how to do, and I started doing other things that I've never done before, and I think that that's really cool. I learned a lot about what I want to do. I learned a lot about myself as well as what I love, more so than I already knew before I went to college, and I'm excited to act upon that for my future career. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see where I go. I know where I want to end up, but how the heck I'm gonna get there? Still working on that. First things first, paying off student loans. Okay, I think that is all I really wanted to say. I guess that's it for this video. That's all I got for now, but I will be back with another video hopefully very soon. We'll see. Either way, I will see you later. What the hell am I doing with my hands? My hair is obscenely long. I really need a haircut.